6:36 on the morning news. So Derek, how many recycling bins do you think go into Manitoba's largest high school?
54.
54.
Random even number.
There are close to 200 recycling bins.
Really?
Not just garbage bins, recycling bins throughout the classrooms and hallways at Sisler High School. And as you can imagine, they actually fill up really fast. And we recently caught up with the school's recycling team to see how they're able to successfully manage everything that lands in those blue bins. Over the last few years, a new team has rolled onto the scene at Sisler High School, and its mission is to help protect the environment.
We have a lot of recycling. There's a lot of kids here. There's over 1,800 students.
Lauren Sawchuk has been spearheading the school's recycling program since 2012. Her 50-member team meets after school 3 times a week for their regular rounds, emptying out every blue bin.
Sometimes we find like apple cores and like oranges.
Mark Toledo has come across more than a few messy surprises during his time on the team.
I usually find like half-eaten yogurt, and so when we dump it in, sometimes I dump it in and then it just lands on my arm, so it gets kind of dirty there.
Tuna sandwiches, food, like literally a lot of poutine, styrofoam, cutlery, like actually all garbage.
By partnering with the Recycle Everywhere 101 program, Sisler High School has received all kinds of signage to help educate students about exactly what belongs in the blue bins, along with specialized containers just for bottles.
So styrofoam doesn't fit into it easily, poutine doesn't fit into it easily, and it kind of makes it so that all of a sudden they stop and actually think about it.
Over time, the message is getting out.
You can hear them say, oh, is this a recycling item? And they talk about it, and so there is that conversation happening, not like they're just sitting around talking about recycling, but they stop now and are actually considering where the item should go.
You think all plastics are recyclable even though they're not. You think like wrappers are recyclable because they feel like plastic, but they're not.
With all the campaigns that we've been doing of what to recycle and what not to, it's gotten better.
Sawchuk has also turned to Recycle Everywhere 101 for special incentives for students who get involved, as well as her dedicated team.
We've done prizes for our recyclers because let's be honest, it's not the most glamorous job. You know, you're not on a sports team. People aren't coming to cheer for you for recycling. So there are prizes.
Despite the lure of tickets to watch the Winnipeg Jets or other prizes, the reason these students stay is pretty simple.
I can get past the dirtiness, I can get past the hours. It's just a good thing to be with your friends, and I've grown to actually like recycling.
We actually are helping the whole school and the community, and it just really feels good.
Yogurt not recyclable. Okay. Mental note.
Half full bottle of yogurt, certainly nothing that you want to toss in there.
Compostable, I suspect, but not recyclable.
That's the thing, right? Like, you really need to think about what you're putting in there. And then I wonder if students give it a second thought once they realize that there's another human being who's actually going through this garbage, coming across all of that disgusting trash that doesn't belong in a recycling bin.
I suspect it's like me, and occasionally there's times where I just don't. I'm like, no, this is going in the garbage. It's fully recyclable. The point that the teacher made about the slot being just big enough for a bottle, you can't put poutine in there, makes you think. There you go. Now you've got them going, oh, well, I gotta throw this in the garbage. And maybe they don't realize it, but it's a little bit of conditioning, isn't it?
And that's what's sort of changing with feedback, right? You've got this local organization, Recycle Everywhere, who is listening to the community groups that are using the bins and realizing, okay, so how can we change things up? How can we make it a little bit more user-friendly so that we eliminate some of these issues that seem to be coming back all the time? And so with Recycle Everywhere 101, they're a resource, as Lauren Sawchuk mentioned, for teachers to go to, groups to go to, and they're also offering all kinds of incentives. And so they had a contest recently. It was a classroom challenge, and schools had a chance to submit photos of the recycling that they were doing at their school for a chance to win some prizes. The contest was open to schools across Manitoba. Here's a photo from the students at St. Ignatius School who won first place among all the Winnipeg entries. They'll be getting a visit from Winnipeg Jet Zach Bogosian. You can see they've got the earth.
Yeah.
Sculpted out there, and then there's a little thing of Manitoba with the cans. I don't know if you can see the 3 kids at the top of the the globe.
Yes, very good. Yeah, all recyclable material, it looks like.
Yeah, so Zach Bogosian will be heading to their school sometime soon. And the first place winner outside Winnipeg's Strathclair Community School, here's their photo of the recycled bottles that they were able to collect and keep out of the landfill. Their first prize was Winnipeg Jets jerseys for the whole class.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's great.
not too shabby.
The one thing it strikes me is Sisler High School, you mentioned almost 200 recycling bins. You have to make it easy.
Yep.
You have to make it easy for people. You go to the Jets game, if there's one right next to the garbage, you're probably going to use the recycling. Go, all right, I'm going to do this.
And they
Make it
realize
easy.
that, right? Like the more recycle bins there are, the more apt you are to use it because you don't have to carry it around. Put a lot of effort into the recycling that you do.
Exactly.
You can get involved with the Recycle Everywhere 101 program as well at your school. You just go to the website recycleeverywhere.ca and all the information is laid out there for you.
Very cool.